I have no idea when that last video gave out. You know how bad I just want to throw this phone through the window? So Comcast, I have Wi-Fi, that's it. They raised my bill from $39 to $59. They did it, I don't know how many times they tried to do it to me. But they're like, oh, well, you moved and your deal doesn't go with you. It's for that address only. Did you ever hear of such a thing? So she says, well, we'll give you 2 years at $39.99. And they send me this thing and I agree to it. And then my modem blows up. First, it got so slow that for the first 2 days that it was loading every other frame. And then it blew up. My modem blew up. So they come out here. They're like, it's outside. They told me over and over and over again that the problem's outside. And if you go outside, there's clearly a wire sticking out that should be plugged into something. There's no coupler on it, so it's just hanging there. He comes out, he said, oh, it's your modem. So now they want to charge me $70 for that guy to come out here. They knew it was my modem because they blew my modem up. So I don't know how much of the other video I got out before my phone decided to shut it off again. You can't touch nothing. You accidentally touch the screen on this thing. And yeah, I changed the settings. It doesn't matter. But what I would like to drill into your head is there is no passage into the next life without the blood of Christ covering you completely. Metaphorically, physically, spiritually, whatever. Whatever you want to conjure up and whatever makes you feel comfortable in your mind, that's okay with me. But I am telling you this. I have not so much died as left my body multiple times. Seen things that would turn your hair white. Been physically beaten by these entities. I had to stop taking one of my medications because, quite frankly, if they wanted to, how would you know what is in that pill that you're taking? There's some things that I can't not take. I have to. I'm physically unable not to take it. And I can't stop them from coming in here. No one can. If they want to come in, they're going to come into your house and they're going to do whatever they want. They're going to put cameras wherever they want. They're going to put microphones. This is a fact. It's not made up. This isn't Pulp Fiction anymore. This isn't some conspiracy nonsense. It's the truth. So let me quickly move on to my next point, which is this. The craziness, all this waste of our money and time in our government is carefully orchestrated by one individual or several individuals, but it's headed up by one individual, and that is the enemy, the common human enemy. This nonsense, this impeachment garbage, they knew before they even started it that it was only going to do, the only thing it was going to do is fuel the fire and reelect Donald Trump. Now, when he had the guts to, I don't know who they killed in that vehicle. They said it was this General Suleiman or whatever and this other guy. Do you know? Were you there? Did you see the remains? Of course not. That thing looked like a burned out soda can. So they bomb our embassy. This was on Sunday, I believe. Have you heard one report about it? They act like it didn't happen. I'm not exaggerating. So let's just add all these things together. This new virus coming out of China, supposedly. The fires, the earthquakes, the tsunamis, the hurricanes, The flying things in our skies, the creatures. Look up flying creature in Pennsylvania. I personally saw a group of those things flying over my father-in-law's house one night. In fact, he saw it too, but they were able to put the whatever they do, to make us not see them. And he saw clouds swirling around. I saw cloth-tailed, leather-like wings, talons, maybe 80 of these creatures flying over us, maybe 100 feet up or so. Yeah, it was nighttime, but I saw them. I saw them. Now, you can look on Flying Creature in Pennsylvania on YouTube, and you'll see exactly what I saw, only much larger. One or the other of these things wouldn't matter much, but it's the fact that it is a culmination. Is that the right word? It's an accumulation of these events that are cause for concern. And I have heard for years people saying to me, well, why should I be worried about it? And you shouldn't be. In fact, don't listen to me at all. In fact, just blow me off. Completely shut me up. Push me to the side. Don't call me. Ignore the problems I'm having. Ignore the fact that you know that if I had the A-OK from Almighty God that I would end this life on TV right now. I would do it right now on YouTube this second. There would be no... If Almighty God gave me the OK, I would be out of here in a heartbeat. Or lack of a heartbeat. So don't listen to me. Just keep on saying that I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to be afraid. And keep on. That just is how you deny your responsibility. Knowing the fact that Jesus said that in the last days. Knowing the fact that he said when you see the fig leaf on the tree. Knowing the fact that when you see these things happen, don't go into your house and get your jacket. You need to be prepared at all times. Is your lamp filled with oil right now? Are you ready for the wedding feast? Are you ready to hear the Messiah cry out from the clouds, my people rise up? Don't listen to me. Don't be concerned for other people around you that you know are clearly going to hell. Don't do it. Just keep blowing me off. Because that, hey, I'm just a maggot from prison, right? I'm just a man with a record as long as your arms. Or have you forgotten the fact that Paul wrote most of the scriptures from prison? An earthquake here or there, a tsunami here or there, disappearing cruise ships, major viruses popping up out of nowhere all over the place. Now we have a worldwide emergency. Our government is in turmoil. They bombed our Iraqi our embassy in Baghdad. You haven't heard nothing about it. Look it up on Bloomberg, I think, or Reuters. They reported on it. And it said that the one person that did say anything was only speaking on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak to the media. In other words, they're covering it up. Why? Donald Trump had some balls. Our government stepped in real quick to put a stop to it. Why? Yesterday I made a video about Gilgamesh, and apparently they found his remains and his... And what they did was, he didn't go into the whole details. They went over there escorted by the Army, by our Air Force, whatever. Our military escorted them in gunships, and took DNA samples. This is, for years I thought it was Nimrod. Nimrod was also a giant, but Gilgamesh apparently held lions like they were kittens. Okay, and his reign, apparently he lived for 24,000 years. So I want you to understand that, yeah, that's possible. Do you know how I know? Because the scripture tells us so. So if you sit here and tell me that Noah wasn't, I always get 1600, we have no idea how many thousands and thousands of years Adam and Eve lived, because they were responsible for populating the earth. So, anyway, just keep blowing me off. Just keep saying, oh, he's just a worry monger. He's a fear monger. No, I'm fire and brimstone, brother. We're in deep poop. You're in the middle of deep poop. Your churches, I know a man that is talking about going into the military, going into the Marine Corps. You're going to receive the mark of the beast, bro. You will receive the mark of the beast for your efforts by entering into the military. And this man's out of church. What are you teaching your people, man? To go kill people? Or should we be like Jesus, who would never have laid a finger against someone? What should we do? Should we go join the military? Should you keep on? How about this? Someone said to me about paying taxes, and I've been trying. Look, if anybody out there, I've been trying. My daughter wants a puppy. Okay, I can't afford a puppy. I can't even afford my rent this month. That's no crap. Man, I figured it out. I have less than 20 hours this week. I have to work an extra day. I'm going to get about 3.5 hours. But my daughter wants a puppy, man. And she's been through the ringer. Her whole life has been a nightmare and a tragedy. And she deserves a puppy. Okay? Now, someone said to me the other day about paying my taxes. And I just thought, are you paying taxes on all those puppies you're selling? Because I heard you say out of your own mouth it's a hobby. So by saying it's a hobby, that means that you don't have to pay taxes. Because it's just a hobby. I don't know. Personally, I'm not going to ask them, are you paying taxes? But based on my experiences with my brother and his church friend, that's all I'm going to say, he was not paying taxes. He ran one of the worst puppy mills I ever saw in my life, man. Those dogs never even touched the ground. It was a nightmare. They lived in pens where their paws were on steel mesh at all times. They were in the air so you could clean under them real easily. But it was a nightmare. It was horrible. Anyway, today, if you are utterly alone, then you're not utterly alone. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I am utterly alone. If I don't have money, I can't see my family. It costs money for gas, and then, of course, you want to, feed your. We had 4 for $4 at Wendy's. The baby had French fries, and Jamie had some chicken nuggets, and Zipporah and I split the cheeseburger. So when you go out today and you spend, I don't know, $50 on eating out and all that, think about that. Think about that. I eat beans and rice every day. And it's worse than ever. They took my food stamps. At least I, working some hours, I was still able to get some food stamps, but they miscalculated my 1 month salary. They included the last run over from the month before into that month, and now I'm making what they think is $1,400 a month. That is physically and literally impossible. It don't matter though, right?